let me go over to here. So when we're doing the hole, there's a couple ways we can do the hole. One is we just pick the hole. And so we've got options for at point, for just doing one hole at a time. We can just pick and tell it where to be. So I can just like pick on a face. And then I have these references here where I can pick an edge and tell it how far to be from that edge. And then pick this other reference, or the other reference here, pick this other edge. It never works for me. I hate doing that. So I always use it from a sketch, except if I want to make it concentric, because then I can use the hole, pick the face, and then pick the edge. And see, it moved it to be centered. And now if I go back and change the size of that fillet, it's going to move that to keep it there. So that's what that instruction was supposed to be. Just, you go to the hole, you pick the face anywhere, you pick the circular edge, and then it centers it.
Why would you want the hole to be?
Because if you want it to always stay in the center of that fillet, it's something that we do sometimes. Sometimes you want the fillet to be around that, but sometimes you just want it to be centered on that. So it's a real common thing. But one of the kind of things to that is if you do it like crossing it, and then it won't do it. When you click on it, you can't pick on it. So you have to have the hole not covering the edge to be able to click on it to make it concentric. Okay. That also works if you want to make like multiple concentric holes. So maybe I want to do this counterbore here. Let's see, maybe I'm going to do it like this big. But then I also want another hole around that one. I can pick there, just do a simple hole, shrink it down, pick that edge, and I can make it bigger and not all the way. And so now I can have multiple levels to it. So I guess I made that one a little too deep. But bring it up a little bit. There. So now I can have a stepped hole like that. And if I move one, all of them are going to move. So that's another way to do it. But if I want more than one hole at a time, or even if I just want one, I'm usually going to start a sketch. So I'll start a sketch, pick where I want the hole to be. So say I want it up there. And then I'll either draw a line if I want more than one hole, because I can use the two endpoints of the line to control where those points are. So I could do a line and just, even if they're not supposed to be vertical from each other, I can do that. And now I can dimension the distance between them, the distance that way, tie it to an edge, tie it to an edge. And now I can put holes in at the two endpoints of that line. And if I do two holes at more than one hole at a time, it's always, with the hole command, it's going to be the same settings for all of the holes. Okay, so if I want to do two holes that are going to be the same, I can do it, just draw a line, use the endpoints. I don't have to draw circles, just draw a line there. If I want to do a single hole, I could draw a line, like if I want to center on the edge, right? I can draw from the midpoint out. Now I know it's always going to be centered there, and I can just dimension how long it's going to be. And then just put a hole at the endpoint. Or if I can just do a point and just stick it somewhere, and now dimension from the edge to the point, from the edge to the point, to control it there. And then I can drop in those two holes. Or if I do a clearance hole, I pick clearance, and it's going to grade this out, so I can't change the diameter. So how do I control the diameter of this hole?
Change the hole.
Yeah, change what's going in it. So first step is, and then do these top down. So if you change something at the top, it's going to change everything. It's going to reset everything. So I'm going to do this one. That's inches. You can see it changes. Oh, that's number. Those, if you went through the hole, the video on the holes, remember number sizes are for things smaller than a 1/4 inch. So like a number 10 is 0.19. That's the only one I know. But the 0 is really small. And so you can pick which size fastener you want to be, and then it sizes it so that it's going to be a hole that that fastener can fit through. And you can control the fit, either close, normal, or loose. So on it, some people said that their volume was off. It might have been because you left it on normal instead of moving it up to be loose. Because a loose is a bigger hole, so less volume. Because it's cutting more material away. And again, here, if I want two holes that are both concentric, I'd make a sketch. So I'd just create a sketch, and then I would just, even though when I create a sketch, it automatically kind of projects all the edges. So I can use that as my profile, but it doesn't really capture. So it has the center there, but it doesn't really have the center. So I'll just grab those and just project them again. Because now I have center points. Or I can just go in and create a point and then move over here and snap it to the centers. And now when I put in holes, I can grab both those center points and those are going to stay concentric also. So I like to always use a sketch with my holes, or unless I'm just doing one that's going to be concentric with something else. Okay, does that make sense?